Are you a member of the corporate blob? I know. Hamster, what are you doing? It's 11 o'clock. Don't you have to work tomorrow? Yes. I have to go to the corporate blob and show up and pretend that I actually care about coming to work. The only reason I care about coming to work is because they pay me. The corporate blob. Now, I'm not picking on this company here, the Empirical headquarters. Perfect example. You got shit written on the walls and you're supposed to be rah, rah. You're supposed to fucking care. Oh, but I'm doing an important job. Really? Are you? If someday they say me that in my work I have contributed something to the welfare and happiness of my fellow man, I shall be satisfied. From George Westinghouse, who was a big wig in the electricity business.
Proud of the environment that they work in.
And we're not proud of fucking shit. What are you talking? I mean, you know, this is kind of a rant. You may have noticed. Do these fucking VPs and C-suite people actually believe the shit they're shoveling? Do they believe this? Well, our worker bee should believe because the reasons is I don't care. How about that? Tomorrow I could show up at a different blob in a different state. And I might in a few weeks. It's like, it's a blob. It's the same shit. It's a bunch of MBA type, they come to work with their expensive shoes because that's the only way they compete with other men. And they show up and say, oh my God, reasons. Go ahead and take your training. What's the matter with you? You're not a team player. No, I'm not saying they're all well, but I'm saying it's the same. Doesn't matter where you go. Doesn't matter what you do. The blob is the same. There's nothing different. You go to any corporation, and I've been in a lot of places. I won't detail that here for reasons, but I've been at a lot of companies, big ones that you would recognize. You go, oh, Hamster? Excuse me, Hamster. You work there? Yes. Yes, I did. And there, and there, and there, and there, and there. So I'm not the pissed off guy in the mailroom here. Not that there's anything wrong with handling mail when you're like 18 or 19. That's how you do it. You start at the bottom. Then you work your way up. You go to college. You get your degree. And you too can become part of the fucking blob. Isn't that nice? Isn't that? But I'm important. I'm important. I'm important.
What they do. And
important. Maybe. Useful. Without question. You're useful. But that doesn't mean you're not replaceable. You're not fungible. There's a bunch of people out there that can do the same goddamn thing you're doing. All the blob has to do is say, we don't need you anymore. I'm going to get another one, another drone to come into my blob. The more I think about this, it's like, Jesus Christ, Hamster. What the fuck? You've been a part of this fucking system for 50 years. And what have you accomplished? Well, I'll tell you what I accomplished. I got a paycheck. I'm going to take my art degree down there and get into the corporate blob. I'm going to change the world. No, you're not. You're just not. It's not the way it works, and it's not the way it's going to happen. We're all drones. We're all useful, but not important. Red Pill on the Wind is here. Hello. Rusty Rivers is in the building. Hello. Useful, not important. Replaceable. Just like that. Some MBA type from Harvard comes in there and says, well, if we adjust this chart here and we do this thing, you're out of a job. You're gone. But my family, I don't care. What's the CEO going to say about that? Oh, it's terrible. You put in, 30 years here at this company, but fuck you. We can save 48 cents this year by whacking your ass. You're gone. You're out the door. Then what? What are you going to do then? Well, as Red Pill in the Wind says, you could invent some crazy electrical thing with flappy thingies. And what are the chances of that? It takes a special kind of person to actually be able to think, doesn't it? 25 years in the corporate blob. You're not supposed to think. You're supposed to do. Oh, it's too risky. Oh, we don't want to take a chance on that. Blah, 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 blah. But I could do this. Oh, wait, you're not a fucking executive. We don't care what you say. Just keep showing up to work. We'll keep paying you and shut the fuck up. That's what it is. Doesn't matter what company it is. Could be, IBM, could be Apple, could be Microsoft. It makes no difference. It's the same. You think you're going to change the world. Nope. It's not going to happen. I mean, go to Aaron Clary's channel. He talks about this extensively. And I don't want to bring in the fembots here, but the fembots have been told for many, many decades, oh my God, get your degree. You're going to change the world. No, you're not. You're absolutely not going to change the world. You're going to show up to the blob every day for the next 45 fucking years. Does that sound like a life? Well, it's part of life, isn't it? You have to. Or you invent your own job and you create great things like Mr. Westinghouse or Mr. Tesla or Elon Musk or whatever. But most of us are not cut out for that thing. Most of us are cut out to come to work, show up the blob, show up at the blob every morning at 7:30. And every couple of weeks or maybe a month, you get a big paycheck. Oh, there's some benefits too. We got this 401k, we got the health care and all that. That's great. But what do you give to the blob for this? You fucking give a lot, don't you? Your entire life. You're expected to, like that. Oh, we have a meeting today at 3 o'clock in the morning, but it's for somebody around the world, but you have to show up. Work-life balance, they talk about that all the time. Oh, yeah. Work-life balance. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a fucking, what the hell do you even mean? Let's read this, the boardroom. Whatever we accomplish belongs to our entire group, thanks to our effort. Get the fuck out.
I think our product.
Absolutely not. You're treated like a cog in a machine. And if your cog happens to break, they'll find another one.
It's really tied all of that together for them.
They don't care about you. This is nothing new. It's nothing revolutionary. It's just the way it is. And, some of these young kids coming out of college, well, I'm going to change the world. No, you're not. You're not going to change the world. You're not even going to change your neighborhood. You're going to show up, report to the blob, and get a paycheck, and 45 years later, wonder what your life meant. What did I do with my life? Well, if you had some kids and a family, that's kind of important. But this whole idea that this job is this magical fucking thing. It's just a job. And it's important. Obviously, you need to have income and the way the economy works. You got to have the monkeys, the grunts at the bottom churning out mortgages and shit so the bankers can get rich, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And your company, invest in our company. Our stock is the best thing ever. And shit, we care. No, they don't. No, they don't. No one cares. The only person who cares about you in this world is maybe your mother. That's about it. Especially if you're a dude. Nobody gives a shit. Now, women, they have the built-in, so women are cared about because of but men, nobody gives a fuck. Oh, you invented this thing and whatever, but did you run it through the process? Well, I didn't. No, I did it on my own time because I care about the company. It's like, you fucking fool. What are you doing? You're what? You're doing stuff on your own time for the company that doesn't care about you? The Blob? You're doing that for the Blob. What do you expect? To get a raise or something? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not the way this works, see? If you want to get a raise, you got to leave the company. And then, if we bring you back, we might bump you up a little bit, give you an office or something.
The vision that they had was definitely.
And again, I don't want to pick on these people. I don't know who these people are. I just thought the office building was a good representation of the Blob. There it is. The Blob doesn't care. The Blob doesn't have feelings. It doesn't give a shit that you're dedicated to the Blob. You're useful. You're not important. And you can be replaced at any time. And that's why men like Rusty Rivers, he's got his own, Dauphin Island cruise tour thing going on. Just kidding. We're all slaves. Paid slaves. In some cases, well paid. But we're slaves. To the Blob. An anonymous building somewhere. And they expect you to be loyal and when their spreadsheet doesn't round up correctly, 1,000 people get laid off. They don't fucking care. You're nothing. I guess my point is, if you're giving your life to the corporation, I just looked up my old man, right? My father, who spent 1957, 30 years at General Motors, right? Making cars, Cadillacs eventually, all kinds of stuff. And it had the pension, right? What was the pension supposed to be? Well, the pension was supposed to give you money in your, old age, so you could do the average pension from General Motors with the Auto Workers Union, the UAW, is $1,500 a month. What the fuck are you supposed to do with that? You can't even buy groceries for that these days. But that's what he gets. And oh my God, he put in 30 years as a loyal guy. Every morning, get to work at 6:30. $1,500 a month. How much money is that? It's 36 and a half. $18,000 a year. For 30 fucking years of coming to the Blob. 30 years. Don't you think it'd be a little bit more? Don't you? Jesus, what does the UAW do? They're supposed to negotiate this shit, right? Their union. God only knows how much money this man paid to the union in 30 fucking years. And this is it? You can't even buy a bag of fucking groceries? The fuck? The blob will get you. There's no other way unless you're an entrepreneur. And there's a lot of that entrepreneur, I'm a boss babe or whatever. No, you're not. You might have an OF channel or YouTube. I mean, I guess, hey, I'm a CEO of the YouTube channel called The Hamster. Okay, what does that mean? Nothing. I like it. I do it because it's fun. I make $0 and I don't care if I do. But these young people, I'm a CEO, I'm a thing, and whatever. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, you're not. You're going to come to the blob. The blob will suck you in because you have no choice. Now, are you going to be somebody who comes up with this great idea, some, I don't know, magic coffee or whatever? Yeah, sure. But you got to convince someone else to invest the money in your project. And where does the money come from, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, where does the money come from? The blob. Always the blob. Now, I was going to do you want to do one more? That was kind of fun. And off the cuff. What do you mean? Let's see. FBE Financial. He's got this student loan shit. And again, here we go. Right.
Reliable Spectrum internet in minutes. You can feel at home in minutes. You're not home until you're connected. Get Spectrum.
Oh, the other. That's
I used
the
to
other
spend
one.
5 hours a week meal.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now we've got Adolf Trump in office. And apparently, these young children didn't understand what a loan is.
Prepping. Factor's delicious dinners saved my partner and me
looks
from
good.
days-old leftovers.
Lovely. Yeah.
Let them start garnishing my wages.
Mm-hmm. And
now the government is like, pay up, no mercy.
There won't be a wage for them to garnish.
well, that's nice. How are you going to live? You're going to have to go to the blob. You got an art degree. Great.
Are you supposed to pay a loan back?
You're supposed to get a job because you got a college degree. And you should be able to pay what you didn't. Go to the blob. Go to the blob.
No. We're not paying those back.
I will never be paying my student loans.
Why do you care so much? They're not paying the money back to you.
Well, it's one of those things there, sweetheart. Nose ring, babe. It's about morality. It's about civilization. You said you were going to pay back this money if the government lent it to you. And now you're saying, I don't want to do that. So it's about civilization, a high trust civilization. You said you would do something. And now you're not going to do it because you don't want to. Well, that's too fucking bad, isn't it?
You first that keep saying, why should my tax dollars pay for other people's student loans?
Well, that's a very good question. Why?
One, go fuck yourself.
I'm going to stop paying my debt.
One, go fuck yourself. Well, they're
Tax dollars pay for other people's student loans. One, go fuck yourself.
now you see those again. I hate to be the asshole here, but I'm really good at it. Those pictures on the wall probably cost $50 or $75 a piece. Why don't you go and sell those to the Goodwill and pay your goddamn student loan, woman?
Keep saying, why should my
I know, right?
tax dollars pay for
Right? Oh my God.
other people's student loans?
Well, because you agreed to pay it back. You said to the government or a bank, or the Student Loan Association, whatever the fuck it is. Hey, I want to go to college because I'm going to get a degree in something and eventually show up at the Blob. That's sort of, yeah, you get my point. I'm going to get a degree and I'm going to change the fucking world. Just lend me $148,000. I'll be good. And then when the government or the bankers come back and say, excuse me, you have to pay this back. It's like, what the fuck, you?
One, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. There you go, Donald Trump. You go fuck yourself.
Stop paying my debt. I'm going to use that money and I'm going to go live my life.
You're going to go live your life, are you? Well, what are you going to do?
One, go fuck yourself.
I'm going to stop paying my debt. I'm going to use that money and I'm going to go live my life.
I mean, I'm looking at your apartment there, sweetie. It doesn't look like you're fucking starving.
One, go fuck yourself.
I'm going to
Are you starving to death? I don't think so.
Stop
Look at that.
paying my-
That's pretty nice. And you got your degree right over here. There it is. I wonder what it was in. Oh my God.
debt. I'm going to use that money and I'm going to go live my life.
I am over $80,000 in debt.
I have
$80,000 in student loan debt. Hey, how you doing?
I'm going to use that money and I'm going to go live my life.
I am over $80,000 in
I
debt.
have over 7.
Now. Many of us, because we're all assholes and misogynists, right? Might be asking ourselves, I wonder, what did these lovely young women major in?
$25,000 in student.
Over 80.
Now, if they majored in engineering or accounting, or they were a lawyer, doctor, medical, nurse, they'd be kicking off more than enough money to pay back their student loan. So what do you think they majored in? Any idea?
$1,000 in
I
debt.
have over $75,000 in student debt.
$75,000 in student debt. Now, I did a video a few years ago about Colorado State University. It's that was a long time ago. At the time, it was $25,000 a year. Now, if you do a little work, do a little math, I know, get out those spreadsheets. Oh my God, stop it. You can find out, if you really want to, you could pay for that just by working at Walmart on the weekend. But no, we can't do that. The college experience.
$95,400.
What is that experience, you think?
$87.
$80,000, maybe even a little more than that.
About
$80,000. $200,000 in debt. $200,000.
$200,000 in debt total.
Jesus Christ! What are you doing?
With all my student loans and credit card debt.
And she seems very happy about this for some reason. $200,000. You know, a few years ago, being in debt like that would be a shame. You'd be shamed for that. It's like, oh my God, what are you talking about?
And discover that. So
I mean, how do you get an apartment, by the way, if you're that far in debt? Just wondering.
All you care about is my debt. You don't care about what the kids I take care of. You don't care about
$270,000. Say it with me. $270,000.
about my role in society.
And all the mediocre white men in my comment section that are either
Oh, of course, yeah. Evil white. Oh, God, you evil whiteys. You force these women to get their loans and shit. Hey, Kay Sudu. Good to see you. And Ray Pacheco's here. Hello. Glad you come by there, Kay Sudu. Long time. Yeah. Good to see you.
too dumb or too poor to go to college.
What are they going to do? I'm broke. I have no money.
Put you in jail? That excuse doesn't work if a man says, I ain't got no money. I can't pay child support. Yeah, it doesn't work out, does it? I see. Apparently, she's got some of that. Eat, Pray, Love tour. Yes.
We will all file bankruptcy. You're not getting a dime from me.
Yeah, student loans are not covered by bankruptcy. But go ahead.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald evil motherfucking Trump.
I don't think they realize we don't care. We don't
I don't care either.
care about credit scores.
This country.
We don't? What about the Fair Isaacs? Come on.
Don't think they realize we don't care. We don't care about credit scores.
Mm-hmm. So is this girl here older than average student? $87,000.
This country sets.
Now, Hamster, you hypocrite, you fuck. You went to college and engineering and shit. You took student loans out, you fucker. Yes, I did. $7,000 is what I owed at the end of it, and I paid it off in 5 years. $7,000. Oh, but you went to that state school. Yeah, I did.
Us up for failure.
Like, do you have a heart?
You don't care what education.
No, I don't. I do not have a heart.
Us up for failure.
Like, do you have a heart?
Do you have a brain? You borrowed $178,000 to get a degree in shit, and you can't get a job to support that loan. Well, I'm sorry.
You don't care what education means to this country?
Oh, I do. No, I do. And I think you're doing a very important job.
Like, do you have
Not
a
this
heart?
thing.
You don't care what education.
The chick with the glasses here, she's child care. She's taking care of kids. Yeah, it's important. Understandable. But it's not going to kick off the income to pay down a $270,000 loan.
It means to this country?
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Whoever is making these decisions clearly does not care about American people.
Mm-hmm. Well, who is really making the decision at the end of the day? Oh, that's right. It's you, isn't it? You agreed. You signed your name. And now it's, ew, man, it's icky. It's icky.
But I wanted to move back to New York City as soon
Move back to New York City. Well, that's your first fucking problem. Go
as
ahead.
possible. So I know what you're thinking. You're in that much debt and you're going to go move to the most expensive city in the world. Yes.
That would be, yes. That'd be a question I would ask. It's like, why do you want to live in New York City? I mean, it's obviously, it's one of the greatest cities in the world. I love it. New York is fantastic. But if you looked at the rents in New York, and what is your job again?
Yes, I am.
Yep. All right.
Oh boy. I think we've reached lobotomy level in this one because I've been
Yes, sir. There's no point in it.
covering a lot of insanity, delusion.
I don't want to work for that blob. I want to be an art student and shit. Well, you can do that, of course, if you want to. It's your choice. But you're not going to make enough money.
Delusion and stupidity on this channel, but this topic really has it all, since I don't even know where to start. Do we start with the blatant misinformation on
I guess the blob is beneficent. You show up and do your part as a drone and you get a paycheck. Okay.
what actually is going on with the
I can do
income-based
that.
payment programs, the wage garnishing, and the
Mhm.
defaulting? Or do we explain some basic math on how interest works?
Nah, that'd be too hard. We don't want that. Remember, a lot of these chicks didn't take any of that shitty math stuff.
My student loan balance is slightly more than when I graduated from college. So
Well, how does that make sense? What is going on here?
make that make sense.
It's got to be the evil Trump, of course, the Nazi. It's got to
We
be.
start with the lack of understanding
Plan to use debt to pay for summer vacation. Okay, well, maybe you should pay down your loan.
of minimum monthly payments or how loans work. Or do we explore the insanity of living far above the means, such as moving to New York City when you're already 200,000?
I mean, New York City, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's wonderful. But you got to have coin. It's not cheap.
$1,000 in debt.
More than half of my monthly income will be going towards my rent.
Yeah, well, you want to live in New York City. So what do you expect? And if only half of your income is going for rent, you're making pretty good
I
coin,
wanted
actually.
to, like, what 24-year-old doesn't want to go back to living on their own? Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't want to live with my parents. I didn't since I've been about 16.
I don't want to live with my parents. No offense.
Mhm. Well, maybe you might have to pay off your loan, but no.
It's all around retardation, and there's no fixing this because
You got to find the corporate blob and start showing up every morning at 6:30. That's what you got to do.
every single time these quote-unquote independent boss girl modern women run headfirst into the baseball bat of
My student loan story, I'm fucked. Thanks, Donald.
accountability, they always blame it on one thing.
Most people signed up for these loans when they were 18 years old.
Really? You know what else you can do at 18? You can vote. So do we really want to go down this rabbit hole?
They handed out student loans to 18-year-olds.
And they handed out voter registration cards to 18-year-olds. So what are we trying to say here?
I was 18 when y'all gave that to me. It's a predatory practice.
Well, let's sit around, sip some sweet tea, and think about this for a minute. You're saying that at 18, you are not mature enough to sign a student loan thingy, but you are mature enough to send men to war when you're 18. Not you. Not you. Oh, no. Come on now. Men. So let's think about this for a minute. If you're not old enough to get a loan when you're 18, why the fuck should you be able to vote?
They did not understand the impacts it was going to have on their life.
Now, was it my fault for taking out the student loans?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yes, but when you're 18,
but you are able to vote. You are a legal adult. So what is the fucking problem? But I was 18. I was just young and stupid.
was it my fault for taking out the student loans? Yes, but when you're 18,
yeah, when I was 18, I had to sign up for selective service. Now, women don't know what that is because they don't have to. Selective service is in time of war, your ass is going to be fucking drafted. And the government is going to keep track of you until you're 27 or 28, whatever the year is. And they will find you and get your ass in jail if you don't tell them where you are. Something women have never had to do. That's happened when I was 18. I also signed some student loans when I was 18, and I fucking paid them back. Oh, I know, it's white privilege and shit.
Yep, the good old.
But you're a bad.
Women are just too stupid to know what they're doing at 18. Please drop a like if you're also so done with this BS excuse, and comment down below what you think. Because while these wokies claim that they are too young to know what they're doing at
she doesn't look young at all, actually.
18, these same women also believe that 12-year-olds should be able to decide on which gender they want to be.
I'm a girl.
No need to comment on this part of it. Absolutely correct. If you're too stupid at 18 to sign a student loan, but when you're 7, oh my God.
I told you you're a girl.
Mommy.
Take a bunch of hormones that will destroy their bodies for the rest of their lives. That is complete insanity. And it shows that woke women will never mentally develop past the age of 9, but will stay perpetual children cosplaying.
Oh, she's doing the screaming therapy here.
As adults.
Yes.
Because my job is a hard job.
It is a hard job. Yeah. Absolutely. It is.
A very hard job that most people don't do.
Yeah. And it's not going to kick off the amount of fundage to pay back your loan because you borrowed $270,000. Think about it. $270,000.
Take care of kids.
Yeah, I know it's an important job, and everybody appreciates it. But I'm terribly sorry it doesn't pay enough for the loan.
Before we dive into the
did no one ever tell these people? Did anyone say, hey, you're going to have to go to the Blob or whatever? Oh, I don't want to hang him.
Madness of this student loan drama, and trust me, it gets insanely stupid.
What is it?
What do you mean?
This is the abortion.
Inside of a woman.
It's a fetus?
Is it living?
Because the only thing we want is to be able to fuck with abandon and no responsibility or accountability. Got it. Got it.
Yep, worse than that. But before we do, I will say one thing in favor of these morons, and that is, yes, the student loan system in America is indeed very predatory and very broken.
No, man, that's that's fair. But it was presented to these people when they got in there. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta borrow some money to go. Or you could work. If you're a chick, you could be a waitress, make a bunch of tips, $1,000 a night or $1,000 a weekend. Pretty good money. But I shouldn't have to do that. I want the college experience. Well, you know, people in hell want ice water. I mean, everybody wants everything at the same time for nothing. Get it?
However, not for the reasons that these clowns keep mentioning, but we'll cover this in more detail as we go along. And this is also where my sympathy for them ends, because even though they want everybody in the country to be understanding...
Oh, you just understand it. Oh my God, you evil man. How could you be like this, you evil misogynist bastards from hell? Tom Laundry says they would say anything, truth or lie. Of course. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, most people are like that. It's not just the women. You know, it's when we were kids, right? Hey, little hamster, this thing is broken over here. Oh, I think you did. I didn't do it. It was not me. It was. We all know how it is. We don't like to be held accountable for our stupidity.
And vote for student loan forgiveness.
Maybe we need to help some people get.
But in a mature civilization, a high trust civilization, you are responsible for your shit. Now, if you're a 7-year-old kid, okay, all right, children. But you're a freaking adult. Legally, you're an adult. You have to deal with your own shit. Well, I'm sorry, maybe some of these people are not ready for that, but then again, they get to vote.
Get where they're going sometimes in order to build a society that works for everyone. If your tax dollars did pay for student loans, it's because you're investing in society.
Yeah. And what was your degree?
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Mm-hmm. And your degree is in what? Was it engineering, aerospace, nuclear science? No. It was in art school.
Those same people asking for your sympathy are total assholes.
You fuckers that keep saying, why should my tax dollars pay for other people's student loans?
Well, just wait till your tax dollars or your fucking shit is taken out of your paycheck to pay for other people's stupidity. Wait till that happens. You think you're gonna be happy about that? Well, yes, I'm for the socialism and shit. Because you know she's a socialist. You can see it. She's a Bernie bro. Come on.
One, go yourself. We move to places that other people like us are and like them aren't.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't move there then. If it's New York City, maybe you should move to, you know, Louisville, Kentucky or something. You can get a job, start paying back your loans, and become a member of the Blob.
And all the mediocre white men in my comment section that are either too dumb or too poor to go to college.
This is what a bachelor in brain rot will get you, and it's the best example that college and university are not only making people dumb.
I mean, why is she so hateful? You know, really? What's her problem?
Will get you, and it's the best example that college and university are not only making people dumber these days, but also just terrible members of society as well. Now, these people signed up for massive amounts of loans, but they don't even understand the basic concept of how
$125,000. Oh my God.
Works.
I personally have been paying on my student loan for over 10 years consistently every single.
Yes, but have you only been paying the minimum? Right?
Month, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I mean, she's got cute eyes and
I
everything.
have been paying for 10 years.
Have you? Well, do
The
tell.
grand total is I have paid $120,000.
She's paid $120,000 over 10 years. That's $12,000 a year. And apparently she didn't even crack the nut
And
here.
I still owe 76. I think I might be late to the game.
Now, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, she looks like a lovely woman, right? Let's go back.
Grand total is I have paid $120,000.
So she paid $120,000 to the evil government, apparently, and she still owes $70,000. So this woman is in $190,000.
And I still owe.
What in God's name? What fucking degree could you possibly get for $190,000? Fuck me.
76. I think I might be late.
I mean, maybe she got a medical degree. That's cool. She's a doctor or whatever. Holy shit.
Became learning about this.
See, this right here is what you see a lot on TikTok with thousands of people
I mean, $190,000. What the fuck?
complaining that their student loans keep increasing or haven't gone down an inch, even though
Yeah, well, that's if you paid the minimum payment, the interest keeps stacking. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just a blob monster.
they've
Come on.
paid for over 10 years. But it's very simple because if your loan is so massive and the interest on it is 10 or even 17%,
$100,000.
then a simple $80,000 debt is going to generate well over $8,000 worth of interest, which comes down to a minimum monthly payment of well over $666.
Just for the interest. Yes.
Yep, the devil himself. And that is just to cover the interest.
And I started with 80,000.
Okay, so she started with $80,000 in student loan debt. Okay. That's not necessarily crazy. So let's think about that. I'll say they give you 10 years, maybe more. Let's just say it's 10 years. 80,000 divided by 10, 8,000. And that is $700 a month. That's pretty stiff. But I mean, it's not crazy. If you've got a real degree, it's not, I mean, it sucks, but you know.
Last year, I paid 6,000 lump sum because that's really the only way to get it low.
That does not do a single thing to your actual loan. Now, as some of you might know, I used to be a big believer of going to university since I myself studied aerospace engineering and business administration.
Yeah, if you're doing engineering, it's worth it. Or computer science, yeah.
And at several universities across Europe.
However, if you're going for the appreciation of art or sorry, it's useless.
However, nowadays, and especially in the States, it makes almost no sense to go to university since the cost of...
But it's my dream. I want to be that. Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that, but then you're going to have a big ass fucking loan that you have to pay back.
benefit ratio is completely messed up.
But it shouldn't be that way. Well, again, people in hell want ice water.
Especially for the Ivy League ones that are completely out of this world.
One of those crowns I have here fell. I put some like kind of a cement.
All right.
My goal was also to go to art school for fine arts, so I ended up getting into Parsons and SVA.
I'm sorry, what was that?
My goal was also to go to art school for
art school. I see, a marketable degree.
fine arts, so I ended up getting into Parsons and SVA in Manhattan, which are two incredible art schools.
I'm sure they are. In Manhattan, New York fucking City. I'm sure they're great.
After 1 year of art school on Zoom and 1 year in classrooms, I am over $80,000 in debt.
Yeah, well, did they not tell you it was going to cost you something? to go to these art schools. That's a hobby, girlfriend. That's not a job. That's a hobby. Well, I like art. Well, so do I. Yeah. I like music. Yeah, I do too. I can actually play a guitar once in a while, and maybe a keyboard if I keep practicing. That's not a career. That's a hobby. Do you understand? Can you spell it? Hobby. HOBBY.
It's crazy. And this brings us to the first major problem here in the student loan disaster.
Yeah.
Which is way
Look at the green haired chick over here. That's undead chronic. Be all over
too
that.
many people pursuing pointless degrees for way too much money.
My name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self.
The performance of self. Well, that sounds fucking marketable to the Blob, doesn't it? The performance of self. What the fuck does that even mean? The performance of self. I mean, maybe she's a dancer. Yeah, I don't know. Underwater basket weaving. K pseudo. Correct. Yep.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts.
Creative product. What was that?
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts.
And so,
yeah, isn't it easier to say I'm a lawyer, I'm legal or engineering or accounting or I'm going to be a whatever? No, I've got the creative thing through my performing arts. It's not marketable. Nobody's going to pay you for that.
So clearly, America does not have a student loan problem. It has a financial literacy and high school education problem, which is really prevalent in this little genius right here.
Oh, God. Here we go. All right.
Who sees herself as a new age rebel.
She's a rebel, of course.
What we're doing from this point forward is a debt strike 2025.
Really? Well, she's speaking it well, so it must be true.
Interest rates go up on that, I'm not paying those either. Even
Really? Well, okay.
when they start to meet our demands. And the demands are as such.
Can you imagine, gentlemen, what her demands are? Can you imagine what her demands are? Is it something to do with making it fair and balanced? That they go, the government sucks. Oh no! That would no.
Abolish ICE. I want critical race theory in the classroom.
Right. So she's fighting the system and
other goddamn communists. There you go.
Super anti-capitalism, right?
Now, I'm sure her parents are just happy that they sent her to college to learn bullshit.
They have been making us suffer under capitalism forever.
Really? Oh yeah, I understand that. The Blob, we talked about it earlier.
But the way forward outside of
how else are you going to do it?
Capitalism. So the systems of capitalism shame you into severing yourself from your body.
Then why does
what?
She buy an iPhone and a MacBook, products of the most capitalistic company in the world. Apple basically won capitalism.
Yep.
And she is happily supporting them. Not to mention that she's perfectly fine with flying off to Paris and flying to London while enjoying the good life in San Diego and LA. I mean, just a classic foolish
Daddy just loves this woman.
Campaign socialist.
Oh, it's his little girl. I mean, guy.
Sipping vino and complaining nonstop about the country that allows her to basically live a dream life that most people in the world would kill for.
And notice the, I have to point it out. I care about the environment, the whales and the fish and the everything. What does she have here? What's that? Is that a plastic cup that's going to get dumped in the Pacific thing? Yes.
Allows her to basically live.
I don't really fucking care. I just pretend I do. Oh my God.
A dream life that most people in the world would kill for.
I mean, it's amazing. Really amazing stuff. I care about the whales and the turtles and I'm going to go to Starbucks and get another goddamn plastic cup, and it's going to get dumped to the ocean. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
And now I have to suffer through a civil war after having to suffer through Donald Trump basically my entire life so far?
Oh.
Civil war, huh? Really? Who's talking about that?
Just shut up, you absolute hypocrite.
Mm-hmm. Driving a car there, apparently burning up those fossil fuels. If I had to guess, this little girlfriend is like, oh my God, oil's evil. Oh my God, and whatever. There she is.
These banks and institutions will just
absolute fucking
hypocrisy about the country that allows her to basically.
If she cared about the environment, she wouldn't be flying on airplanes. Good God. All the carbon footprint. She doesn't care.
To live a dream life that most people in the world would kill for.
And now I have to suffer through it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Civil war after having to suffer through Donald Trump basically my entire life so far?
How have you suffered through Donald Trump? Because he's evil and he's a Nazi and shit? Yeah, I guess so.
Just shut up, you absolute hypocrite.
Burning the hydrocarbons. Buying iPhones from those evil capitalist blobs. Yeah, I'm a rebel.
These banks and institutions are willing to lend to these people so much money without any real career prospects that they will ever be able to pay this back. And as a special little mindfuck, these banks and lenders give them a ridiculously low minimum monthly payment.
As a special little mindfuck. I love that.
That they should have never even accepted, which will keep them in debt forever.
So I go ahead at that 6-month mark and I apply for the income-based repayment. I qualify.
Mm-hmm. The income-based repayment program.
And the repayment was at $0. Now it's still
mm-hmm. $0.
Got it. Accrue interest, but my payment per month was 0. And every year I have recertified, and it has always been 0.
So my
Yeah.
My payment will be going from a percentage, a somewhat manageable percentage of my income every month.
Yeah, so these two are unbelievably stupid, but for different reasons. First up, the 0 monthly payments lady. Now, she has unsubsidized loans, meaning that the interest on those loans are not covered by the government. So for over 15 years, plus the years that she was studying.
15 years. And she still hasn't managed to pay back her loan. Isn't that lovely?
Those loans accrued interest, meaning she's absolutely right now.
I'm just barely making it. I'm single. I'm a single mom.
Well, hold on.
Absolutely right now.
I'm just barely making it. I'm single. I'm a single mom.
Well, that's another bad decision, isn't it? But if I want to do that, come on now. Shark Denture says, any environmentalist that doesn't think the bus is a hypocrite, even the bus is the hypocrite. True Sherm is here. Hello, True. Good to see you. And Laundry. Some of these people look similar to that suit. I work hard through the power of other people working hard for me, says Karen. Yes. All right. I got to go to bed, but this was fun. The link probably is in the description. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night. Jesus Christ is your Savior. And God bless you. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.